It's Mike Ross, also known as Mike on the Mic. He's getting ready for his upcoming 2022 comedy run. He'll be kicking it off at Bitty Brand's Stress Factory Comedy Club, Caroline's on Broadway, Punchline Philly. You don't want to miss him take the stage at the DC Improv. Then he'll be coming to the Atlanta Improv and at Chocolate Sundays Comedy Show in Los Angeles, California.
What up, everybody? It's the Chakra Doctor. Put your money where your mouth is. June 11, 2022, Houston, Texas. All-day healing event from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Private sessions, group sessions, positive food, positive music, positive people. The link is in the description of this video, and you can call the number in the flyer for more information.
Unfortunate situation. You know, P tried to do the right thing in the wrong situation, basically.
True that. Now, one thing you just said is attention. It's probably the biggest drug and the biggest high out here right now. We see a lot of that going on, whether it be whatever social media account. It doesn't even matter the age. You got old motherfuckers doing this shit.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Talk about that because obviously Master P went through his share of shit when people talking about him and his money situation and things like that. And now that seems to just be something that drives the culture. It's the drama, you know what I mean? But talk about that, how, you know what I mean, you guys deal with the unnecessary bullshit. Does that really affect him? Is he so driven? Does that affect his circle? I mean, you looked at me like I was crazy, like, nigga, hell no. But just talk about that.
Definitely. Well, for starters, there's never no money situation. Secondly, excuse me. No. That shit doesn't affect P. He don't hear that shit. He don't pay no attention to that shit. You know what I mean? That's my department. If I choose to address that bullshit, you know, like same thing with Jay-Z and what's his man's name? What's it? Memphis Bleak. Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Jay ain't going, you know, but if something needs to be said, man, you know, Bleak gonna step out and put a word to it. So, yeah, you got some of the older cats that's as bad as the youngins. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. This social media thing, like I said, this attention is crazy, man. I don't understand that. And a lot of these guys operate with no integrity, you know, and we in the day and age of, like I said, man, people can say anything. People don't care. People just want a click. Everybody's trying to monetize shit. Everybody's trying to, you know, build up clout. I think some of these guys are just saying whatever because they have their own, things that they're trying to build and promote and trying to get a check out of somewhere, kissing up to somebody. But what kills me is how they always do it to us, though. You know what I mean? Because I can think of a couple individuals that always got something to say about some black folk, always dealing with black folks heavy-handedly and always got something negative to say. But the minute that a other does something, you know, you want to ride conveniently. You know what I'm saying? You want to ride if somebody say something on another black dude, but if a other does something, then you mute. You know, you quiet. You don't have nothing to say. Even the same thing with these young dudes, like you were saying earlier, kind of with Kodak. You know, these guys that say all kind of disparaging things about, you know, their own or somebody trying to help them. But ain't nobody riding on the record company that you unhappy with. You ain't saying no names about the people up in the offices. You know, these young niggas ain't trying to, you know what I mean? Ain't trying to press none of these lawyers and none of these people that's stealing from them and that's prostituting them. You know what I'm saying? But the minute that somebody on social media do or say something you don't like, then you trying to step on them. You know, so it's just it's such a like I said, it's such a destructive culture, you know, and I don't want to act like I'm, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not holier than thou. I'm sure I've spoken out of turn, you know, a time or two. You know, we all human, you know what I mean? But again, I still try to do the right thing. If I mess up, I try to apologize. But like I said, there's no integrity, man. And these older cats, they really need to sit down because they lead these you know, and we know who we talking about. You know what I'm saying? They leading these youngins down a pathway of destruction. I mean, they destroying relationships. You know what I'm saying? For no reason, just being reckless on Clubhouse or on social media. I don't get it. It's a bunch of checker playing motherfuckers. Nobody is playing chess, you know, or not even Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just sitting up playing checkers all day.
Now, did you actually have a conversation with Wack 100, the guy who spread all these rumors about Master P? Did you ever physically or verbally talk to him on the phone, or do you just go on video and address him? I see you address.
Yeah, no, I never spoken with him.
Okay. Dope.
And let the record reflect, you know, we don't, you know, I don't have a problem with him like that. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the other thing that I want to address as well. You know, that's why I addressed him as I did, as a grown man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get on Clubhouse and you know, rant and cuss and disrespect you and do all of that. We too old for that. You know, I think I'm a year or two older than Wack. So I'm trying to set an example. It's cool. You got it wrong, my nigga. You violated. That's cool. You know, OG taught me a long time ago, you always give a nigga a way out first. You know what I'm saying? So you try to get some understanding and get some straightening and give them a space to try to fix it and turn it around before it escalates or whatever the case may be. So, you know, I don't have any, you know, I don't want to harm them or nothing like, nah. It was just really just trying to correct them on the behavior and you know, get him to see the bigger picture, you know. But again, like you say, when you talk about this attention and you talk about, you know, just people just saying whatever to go viral and get the attention, you know, I believe there's probably a business model behind what he's doing or what he's done. But you know, it's a choice. You know, I believe that when you do that, you're operating with no integrity. So you don't really have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. If you create, you know, content that people care about, you know, and compelling content, and you're consistent, consistency is more important than perfection any day. Then you can still win without burning a bunch of bridges. You know what I'm saying? And making enemies in places you don't even know. So, yeah, that's my take on it. But I don't have, you know, it's not like that. I don't have no, you know, no problem with him where I want to do harm or wish harm on him or nothing like that. No, not at all.
Word. You know, we get behind these microphones. My cousin and I have been doing it for some time now, a couple of years now, and we express our opinion. And we like to think based off of how we grew up and how we wanted to approach this game and just being genuine and as real as possible, that our opinion is validated through the ears that listen and through the eyes that watch and can kind of resonate through that. And one thing that we talk about here is how fake we feel like the industry is. Now, we're not involved directly with the industry. We don't know the ins and outs and the people directly in there to say factual, this is what's going on. But based off of what we see and how we move and how we grow up, this is what we perceive. Talk about how unauthentic the music industry and the Hollywood game is. Because like you said, now it's transitioning into social media where the most wild, the most reckless shit that you can say, and people know they're not dumb, will get you to click. The craziest headline and the biggest controversy will get you to click. Ain't nobody dumb. But how genuine is all of that? How fake behind the scenes, in your opinion, from what you saw, really is this industry?
Most of that shit is cap. Most of that shit is fake. Most of that shit is got whip on it. Most of it is blown up and you know what I mean? And it's either fake or it's a little, you know, it's like turning crumbs to bricks. You know what I'm saying? You take a little pebble, a little morsel and trying to build a house with that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty much what it is now. It's a bunch of fluff. It's a bunch of nonsense, you know, but the viewers have to share in that as well, because that's what they pay attention to. You know what I mean? Like so many people would talk about the Kardashians, you know, people would be like, well, what do? They don't do anything. Well, y'all tune the fuck in, you know? So you made them important. You know, you were curious about something. You're enamored with something. So people, you know, people like the controversy. People like the bullshit. They like the drama. And a lot of it is fake because people have discovered that. You know what I'm saying? And I even heard Dude say that. He said that. He said, you know, one thing I'll say about Dude, and I've said this, he's intelligent. He may be ignorant, but he's intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So he understands that part of the game that, okay, damn, you know, I could do all of this and go get a check somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, instead of chasing a check, why not create a check? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just when people talk about selling their souls and you talk about Illuminati and conspiracy theories and all of that, selling your soul is doing shit like that goes against your integrity and, you know, the morals and just, you know, I'm not saying that social media can't be fun. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? I'm not saying we got to be all staunch and perfect and rigid and shit. Nah, I mean, we can have fun. We can even have our share of bullshit, but I'm saying you don't have to disrespect people. You don't got to shit on people for no reason or lie on people or create, you know, innuendo and false narratives. Like that shit is just, you know, like you say, motherfuckers always want to talk about they've been locked up and they done time, but you know, getting in people's business and lying on people in the pen will get you stuck. You know what I mean? So motherfuckers want to keep it real conveniently, you know.
Right.
You know.
Talk about, if you can, starting the motivation behind starting the Holding Court podcast.
Yeah, man. So, you know, the motivation, I had a radio show with Master P and Jay Tweezy about 5-6 years